Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the April 20th session, legislative session of York City Council. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Rivera.
Here, sorry.
Washington.
Here.
Ritter Dixon.
Here.
Walker.
Here.
Nixon.
Here. And all are accounted for. We need to have action taken on the minutes of April the 6th. All those in favor of accepting the minutes as distributed, unless there are some changes, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next meeting will be Tuesday, May the 4th at 6 o'clock. It'll also be a Zoom meeting. And all items for that agenda are due by noon on April the 28th. Before we begin our legislative session, I would like to ask for a moment of silence in honor and memory of Mother Dorothy Sweeney. Thank you. And we'll go into the final passage of Bill number 11.
That was a bill introduced by Lou Rivera, a bill amending the 2021 budget for Public Health Emergency Preparedness Response Program. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
There's a second?
Second.
All right, very good. Is there any public comment on this item before we consider it?
None received here, President Nixon.
Nothing here.
Very well, please call the roll.
Rivera.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Ritter Dixon.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Nixon.
Yes, and that carries. Next is final passage of Bill number 12.
That was a bill amending the 2021 budget for the Safe and Healthy Communities Program.
Not yet.
That was introduced by Mr. Rivera. Would you like to have him to move on that?
Yes, sir.
You're moving for a vote?
Yes, sir. Move to approve.
Is there any anyone from the public wishing to discuss this?
We just need a second on that, Mr. President.
I'm sorry,
Second.
we have three of them. Is there anyone from the public that wish to comment on this bill?
I didn't receive any here, Mr. President.
Nothing here.
Very well, please call the roll.
Rivera.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Ritter Dixon.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Nixon.
Yes, and that carries. Is there any item on the from resolutions 3 through 10 that council would wish to pull for further discussion? Hearing none.
10, I'm sorry, 10,
Number 10?
yes.
Okay. Anything else? Let me just mark that so I know. There we go. Is there any public comment on any of these items?
None received here, Mr. President.
I had a hand for a split second, but it went away. So nothing here.
All right. May I have a motion to consider consent agenda for items 3 through 9?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Now may I have a motion to approve items 3 through 9 on a consent agenda?
So
Make a
moved.
motion.
5, 3,
Second.
4.
Did I hear a second?
Yes,
Second.
second.
Okay, very good, thank you. All those in, no, we should do the roll. Please call the roll.
Rivera,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Ritter Dixon,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Nixon,
Yes, and those are so ordered. Next is resolution authorizing the execution of documents related to conveying the parking system.
Move to approve.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Ms. Walker, I believe you had some comments or questions.
More just, sorry, vehicle going past the street. Just more for, I would like for the mayor or his designee just to share with the public about this resolution so that folks are informed.
Sure, thank you, Councilwoman. As stated in the resolution, there was a study done back in 2008 that determined that the city would benefit by the parking system returning to the administration. And that study was looked over again here recently in March and determined that the study was still valid and it would be a good decision for the city to take back the parking system. The parking system is operated under contract, so it is technically owned by a city authority, a sub-branch of the city, but it is operated by the city government, actually Cottrell Barnes, who is on the meeting tonight. And so after deliberation and a request from the general authority to make a decision, this was a letter that we received back in October. Does the city just want to take back the system? We determined that it would be beneficial to all parties that we take back the system. And again, we are already operating the system. So essentially all it does is remove one layer of bureaucracy between the administration operating the system, but the administration receiving direction from an outside government entity.
I believe it also saves us some money. Is that correct?
I'm not sure that it saves us some money, but we have been in the process of kind of bargaining over the contracts. And not to get into too many details, but the city for a long time had received a $141,000 payment from the general authority for operations above and beyond the cost of operations. So basically for secondary and tertiary costs, the general authority was considering or trying to negotiate that cost down and possibly even remove that cost. So yes, if you reference that, Henry, there is a potential $140,000 savings that the city would reap. Plus, more importantly, I think it maintains control of all the decisions within the city. The general authority had the ability to spend money and then kind of cost share or profit share with the city, whatever they had left after they spent money. And now we just decide where the money gets spent.
Right.
And we get all the profits.
In addition, I believe the original intent of the general authority was to as a pass-through for money and for grants, rather than dealing only with the parking system.
That is correct, Mr. President. In 1995, it was established as a conduit funding mechanism. Then it was found that it would possibly help that by having the collateral of the parking system. And they wanted to take out more loans for the parking system and loans for improvements on South George Street and some other improvements in the city. But that funding mechanism has all kind of cycled through.
Right. Anything else, Ms. Walker?
No, thank you.
Anything from council? Do we have anything from the public on this matter?
Nothing here.
Nothing here, Mr. President.
Very well. Please call the roll.
Rivera,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Ritter Dixon,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Nixon.
Yes, and that carries. Are there any comments from council before we adjourn?
Yes, I've stated it before, our thoughts and prayers are with anyone who loses a family member. But in addition to Miss Dorothy Sweeney, we lost Mr. Charles Moy last week. And
Yes.
anybody who knows that he was a pillar in our community. He was 99 years old, and his family just does so much in our community. So he'll be dearly missed. And his funeral was today, but just wanted to add that in and to let the family know that they're in our thoughts and prayers.
Thank you. Anything else from anyone? Mr. Mayor?
Yes, and thank you for sharing that, Vice President Walker. I did not know. I will miss seeing him on the porch there every time I drive to my house. Yeah, I have a few announcements. I wanted to share that the Family First Health Clinic at 116 South George Street is providing cost-free vaccinations, and you can make an appointment there, 717-812-4495, or at mywellspan.org. We have a few groups that are hiring right now. It is a good time to find a job. Colonial Manor has reached out to me and asked me to share that they are hiring nurses and patient care assistants. And you can contact them at colonialmanoryork.com. Also, a new job club in conjunction with Crispus Attucks has started at 620 South George Street in the Crispus Attucks complex down there on South George Street. And they're providing instructions in auto inspection certification, certified nursing assistants, phlebotomy technicians, commercial driver's licenses, and welding certifications. And you can sign up there, 717-848-1808. And it is Earth Day week, and we have just a whole bunch of cleanups going on around the city. So I heard one I didn't have on my list that I just heard Newton Square is having a cleanup on Saturday. The Cadorus cleanup, the 20th annual Cadorus cleanup, something I started 20 years ago, is still going on. And that is from 9 to 2. And folks are meeting at the Foundry Oat Basin at around the 200 block of West Philadelphia Street. State Representative Carol Hill Evans is hosting a neighborhood beautification event from 11 to 2 on Saturday at the Hope Street Learning Lab and the 400 block of West Hope. And but you do need to call ahead of time due to COVID. Call 849-9595. Northeast Neighborhood is having a cleanup in conjunction with York XL. That is also Saturday from 9 to 1. And you can meet up at Miss Crystal's place at 9 a.m. Miss Crystal's place, if you don't know, is 216 Chestnut Street. And so there's lots of opportunities, and it looks like we're hoping for no rain. It looks like a beautiful week, and I hope you get to enjoy the city. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Everyone, it's been lovely, and we stand adjourned. Good evening.
Bye.
Bye. Good evening.